Hi, this is Jason Fielder with the Daily Forex Report for May 5th. We are looking at the U.S. Japanese yen pair. This particular pair moved higher today, did close higher, however, it did pull back almost to the open before closing. Now, this pair is starting to track sideways, biased to sideways. Currently, we're looking for this pair to potentially go as high as 99.94, possibly as low as 97.83. Look for some resistance around 99.55. Look for some support around 98.48. Now, switching over to the Euro USD pair. This particular pair moved lower today. Overall, the overall trend is up, as you can see, but this pair has pulled back and has started moving sideways. Now, we'll just have to see if this trend over the past several sessions continues with an overall bias to the upside, or if it's truly going to start tracking sideways. We'll just have to wait and see. We are expecting this pair to move potentially as high as 135.52, possibly as low as 131.70. Look for some resistance around 134.04 and look for some support around 132.71. Switching to the pound US dollar pair, this particular pair moved higher, did pull back off of its high a significant amount before closing for the session. Overall, the bias is to the upside. It is moving higher. We are expecting it to potentially go as high as 152.95 and possibly as low as 148.29. Look for some resistance around 151.63 and look for some support around 150.20 in this particular pair. Switching to the US Swiss, this pair pulled back. Not a very significant pullback. We'd have to get a break of a trend line here, a close above this trend line to actually get basically a reversal of this downward trend we're having. The bias is to the downside. However, this pair has started to move sideways. We are looking for it to move potentially as high as 114.54 and on the downside around 111.47. Look for some resistance around 113.61. Look for some support around 112.64 in this particular pair. No real news announcements for today. We had the Australian dollar release their rate decision yesterday. They held their rates at 3% as expected, so no real news there. However, we are moving into Thursday. Thursday's session, we do have some news announcements that are fairly significant, interest rate announcements and such. So you'll definitely want to take a look at that. Now, what I am looking at over this next session, there's really only one or two pairs I'm looking at. I'm looking at the U.S. Japanese yen pair. Here we have a swing trade that's been created. We have a short that we're looking for basically around the 98.65 level. Looking for it to basically move down to this previous support level. At this point, there's around 75 pips between the two, so you could definitely make that if the market pushes through and breaks our trend line. So that's the main trade I'm looking at for this next session. There's also the Euro Japanese yen pair created an inside bar today. It's a fairly tight inside bar as well, so you may want to look for any buys above the 132.87 mark and look for any lows below the 131.31 area. Well, that about does it for today. Until next time, this is Jason Fielder. Good trading.